and go to sleep.
Right, by yourself.
Boom, bam. I walk from the car. I turn around to walk up. I see a group of, it's like I had an out of body.
The life and career of Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Devontae Banks, is a testament to the complexities of survival, grief, and ambition. Born on October 19, 1992, in Chicago's Englewood neighborhood, one of the city's most dangerous areas, Durk's early life was shaped by the constant presence of gang violence and economic hardship. From an early age, he was exposed to the harsh realities of street life, which would later fuel his music and contribute to his success in the hip-hop scene. Despite the challenges he faced, Lil Durk used music as a way to escape and express his pain, struggles, and aspirations. Inglewood, where Durk grew up, is infamous for its high crime rates and gang-related violence. It's a neighborhood marked by poverty, systemic neglect, and a lack of opportunities, which often lead young men down dangerous paths. Durk's own family had a tumultuous history, with his father being incarcerated for much of his early life. This left a void that, in part, shaped the artist he would become. The absence of his father, combined with the harsh environment, meant Durk had to quickly mature and navigate through the streets while trying to pursue his passion for music. Durk's breakthrough into the music scene came in the early 2010s when he began to upload his music to social media platforms, including YouTube and SoundCloud. His music resonated with many, particularly within the drill music subgenre, which originated in Chicago and was known for its raw, aggressive, and often violent lyrics. His mixtape Signed to the Streets 2013 and Lil Durk 2X 2016 showcased his ability to tell stories about street life, loss, and survival. The tracks not only reflected the violent realities of his upbringing but also his desire for something better. His music was a direct reflection of the life he had lived, and his authenticity quickly earned him a loyal fan base. Durk's vulnerability and raw storytelling resonated deeply with those who had lived similar experiences, while also attracting listeners from all walks of life who admired his hustle and resilience. Despite his success, Lil Durk's journey in the music industry has been riddled with personal tragedies and legal struggles that have continued to haunt him. The loss of his close friend and collaborator King Von in 2020 was a devastating blow that affected Durk on a profound level. King Von, a fellow rapper who had signed to Durk's label OTF Only the Family, was fatally shot in Atlanta during a confrontation with a rival gang. The news of his death was a major shock to the hip-hop world, and Durk, who had often referred to Von as a brother, was left to mourn the loss of someone who had been a key figure in his life and career. King Von's death pushed Durk into a dark place, and it became a catalyst for a series of events that led to increased tension and violence within the hip-hop community. Durk's grief over Von's passing was compounded by the violent feud between his OTF crew and the rival.
You ended up getting shot twice?
Right.
Well, what parts of the body?
I get shot in my right hip bone, and I get shot on my go in and out.
What's particularly notable about the case is how the investigation unfolded. It was traffic camera surveillance that ultimately captured footage of the alleged attempt to carry out the plot. The fact that Durk, a high-profile artist, was unaware of being filmed demonstrates the scale of the situation and how technology plays a role in criminal investigations today. It also highlights the constant tension between Durk's public persona and his personal struggles. On the one hand, lead to a legal situation that further complicated Durk's life. According to recent court documents, Lil Durk was allegedly involved in a murder-for-hire plot aimed at killing Quando Rondo, a figure connected to Von's death. The details of the conspiracy read like something out of a movie, with surveillance footage showing rented sedans, ski masks, and a drive-by shooting. The shocking nature of the events surrounding the plot sent waves through both the music industry and the public, as Durk's involvement in such a scheme became a major headline. It is important to note that while Durk was identified as a key conspirator in this plot, it's unclear what role he actually played or if the allegations hold any weight in a court of law. Nonetheless, the charges have added to the already intense media scrutiny surrounding his life. He is one of the most successful rappers in the drill scene, with millions of records sold and a large following, but on the other hand, he is deeply enmeshed in the street politics that have shaped his life from an early age. Despite the dark turns his life has taken, Lil Durk remains a powerful figure in hip-hop. His resilience and ability to stay focused on his music in the face of overwhelming adversity are key reasons for his continued success. His albums, like The Voice 2020 and 7222 demonstrate his growth as both an artist and a person. On these records, Durk reflects on his journey, sharing his pain, triumphs, and the lessons learned from his hardships. His lyrics remain personal, drawing from his deep experiences with loss, trauma, and survival in the streets. As a result, Durk has become a voice for the voiceless, a symbol of the struggles faced by many in impoverished neighborhoods across the United States. Lil Durk's story is one of triumph, tragedy, and the pursuit of redemption. While his rise to fame was undoubtedly shaped by his music, it is his personal struggles and the losses he has endured that have made him a more authentic and relatable figure to his fans. However, the dark chapters in his life, including the murder-for-hire plot, continue to cloud his legacy and complicate his public image. As Durk navigates the challenges of fame, personal loss, and legal battles, his story remains a cautionary tale of the fine line between success and self-destruction. Whether he can overcome these obstacles and continue to thrive in his career remains to be seen, but his resilience so far has made it clear that Lil Durk is a force to be reckoned with in the world of hip-hop movement, a subgenre escalating the conflict between the two groups as authorities investigated the shooting and pieced together a complex conspiracy involving Durk and other members of his rap collective. According to OTF court documents, Durk planned the attack by providing financial incentives and musical opportunities to those who were willing to carry it out. The day of the attempted shooting of Quijo Rondo, August 18, 2022, started out like any other in Los Angeles, but underneath it was a sinister plot. Genre distinguished by its gritty lyrics and dark, aggressive beats. Despite his success, Durk's life has been tainted by personal tragedies and legal issues. He has had multiple run-ins with the law, including accusations of possessing weapons and other criminal offenses. These difficulties, however, have not stopped him from pursuing his love of music. Rather, they have strengthened his resolve to overcome hardship and keep making music that has an impact. As Durk's star grew, so did the controversies that surrounded him. His arrest in October 2024 was the result of a long-running quarrel with fellow rapper Quando Rondo. The rivalry began in 2020 following the death of OTF member King Vao in a fight with Rondo at an Atlanta nightclub. He went to sleep alone, and then boom, I walked out of the car and turned around to walk up, seeing a group of people. The incident caused multiple injuries and also sparked tensions between the two camps, with Durk allegedly promising to exact revenge for V's death. You wind up getting shot twice. What parts of the body do I get shot in? My right hip bone, and I get shot on my way in and out. In the years after Von's murder, there were rumors that Durk was part of a plot to exact revenge on Rondo. These rumors gained traction in August 2022 when it was revealed that Rondo's life had been attempted in Los Angeles, where a shooting at a gas station claimed the life of Rondo's cousin. According to court documents, the plot was started when one of Durk's associates learned that Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. This information swiftly reached Durk's ears, who allegedly saw it as an opportunity to exact revenge for King Von's death. The plan was allegedly orchestrated by some of the most notorious figures in the hip-hop world. The tension between Lil Durk's OTF collective and Quando Rondo had reached a boiling point, and the events of this day would mark a turning point in their ongoing feud, according to the indictment. 5 OTF associates were mobilized to carry out the plan after Durk told his network that he would pay a bounty to anyone who successfully carried out the attack on Rondo. They flew from Chicago to San Diego using money purportedly provided by Durk and then drove to Los Angeles. Keon Grant, a key OTF figure in charge of logistics, made arrangements for hotel accommodations, ski masks, 2 luxury sedans, and firearms once they arrived. On the day of the attempted shooting, they would have access to a fully automatic machine gun. The OTF associates followed Rondo and his cousin around the city with excellent care. Their surveillance led them to a weed dispensary, a clothing store in West Hollywood, and eventually a gas station where they planned to attack. They parked their car behind the gas station, setting up an ambush, and as soon as Rondo and his cousin got out of their car, the OTF associate came out of their hiding place with their guns out and the fire going. The sound of gunfire and the cries of onlookers caught in the crossfire characterized the frantic scene that followed. After the shooting, the OTF associates regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand to discuss payment with Grant. One of the most convincing pieces of evidence which has been methodically assembled is the use of OTF credit cards to help with the plot's logistics. These cards were used to hire cars, book flights, and arrange hotel rooms for the individuals implicated in the attempted killing of Quando. In addition to the financial evidence, the indictment cites a number of text conversations that explicitly connect Durk to the operation and imply that he supplied the resources required to execute the assault. Their mission accomplished, they returned to San Diego and boarded flights back to Chicago, believing they had successfully prevented Rondo's cousin from dying in the attack, while Rondo himself barely survived, avoided being apprehended, however. They were unaware that law enforcement was already pursuing them. The investigation into the shooting rapidly accelerated as authorities pieced together evidence that connected Durk and his associates to the crime. Crucial information about the planning and execution of the attack was provided by the conspirators, text messages, and surveillance footage from traffic cameras. Additionally, Durk was implicated in the plot due to his use of OTF credit cards for travel and logistics. Keith Jones, AC Houston's David Lindsay Durk was charged with conspiracy to commit murder for pay, while Con Grant and DeAndre Wilson were charged with the same offense. However, there was some drama surrounding Durk's arrest after his associates were arrested. It was reported that Durk tried to leave the country by flying to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where he allegedly booked flights to Dubai and Switzerland. When these plans fell through, he organized a private trip to Italy, but authorities intercepted him before he could board, and Durk was arrested. He is now awaiting transfer to Los Angeles, the scene of the crime, along with the other accused. The 18-page indictment against Lil Durk and his friends is a thorough document that exposes the finer points of the alleged murder for a larger conspiracy. The indictment presents a clear picture of a well-thought-out operation that implicates Durk as a key player in the conspiracy, known as a co-conspirator. Investigators have gathered evidence that supports Durk's participation. These messages, which were exchanged between the conspirators, show a concerted attempt to monitor Rondo's movements and carry out the plan. Notably, one message purportedly sent by Durk told an associate not to book flights under any names connected to him, demonstrating an understanding of the need for discretion. Traffic camera footage is also essential to the case against Durk and his associates. The video shows the OTF associates' moves on the day of the shooting, supporting the indictment's timeline of events, along with the financial and digital trails make a strong case against the accused. However, as the evidence mounts, there have been rumors that an informant may have been present at OTF. The rumors center on a man named Jam who allegedly wore a wire and assisted authorities in gathering evidence about the plot. Unquestionably connected to Durk and OTF, Jam was freed from jail in 2022 after spending 12 years for attempted murder. Attorney fees. In spite of the allegations, the indictment in my case does not name Jam or any informants, and there are no court records that support the allegation that I ain't lie am an OTF spy. However, the potential for an insider. One count of using interstate facilities to commit murder was among the counts against the mastermind of a plot to kill rival rapper Q Rondo in vengeance for King Vawo's death. It is impossible to overestimate the seriousness of these accusations. If found guilty, one count of conspiracy for hire resulting in death, one count of carrying and firing a pistol and a machine gun in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. Due to allegations that he took drugs, Lil Durk may have to spend the rest of his life behind bars. To provide law enforcement information adds a fascinating dimension to the developing drama, causing many to speculate about the actual scope of the conspiracy. The public and the music business have reacted strongly to Lil Durk and his accomplice's arrest. Durk's fans have questioned the legitimacy of the allegations the hashish released, and many flocked to social media to voice their astonishment in favor of the artist. As fans come together to assist the troubled musician, Durk has become popular on a number of channels. The arrest has caused a lot of worry and conjecture in the music industry. Other musicians and collaborators have voiced their surprise at the news and offered words of support for Durk. The event has also spurred conversations about the wider ramifications for the hip-hop community. The judicial processes are ongoing, and the industry is keenly monitoring the situation since Durk's career and freedom are at issue, and the conclusion might have far-reaching effects. This is especially true when it comes to the convergence of music and street life. In the middle of all of this chaos, Durk's forthcoming album, Deep Thoughts, is still in limbo, and the uncertainty surrounding its release further highlights the complicated and sometimes turbulent world of hip-hop, which has been brought to light by the drama that has captured viewers' attention. The next phase will be the inevitable trial date when Lil Durk faces justice, adding even more drama to the scenario as fans anxiously await any changes, with the music business keenly watching. Durk's trial date was scheduled after Lil Durk was arrested on October 24th. The court case started under heavy public attention, and the serious allegations against him painted a picture of a planned and deliberate murderous conspiracy. For hire, Lil Durk was charged by federal officials with being his power and assets, including money from his exclusive family record business, to finance the scheme. On November 14th, Lil Durk appeared in a Los Angeles federal court for his arraignment, and the courtroom was crowded with media enthusiasts and legal experts who were all eager to watch the proceedings as the charges were read. Lil Durk remained composed and entered a not guilty plea to all of the charges. The criminal complaint describes how several associates were allegedly involved in the scheme, with some traveling to Los Angeles to carry out the attack on Quando Rondo. Claims that the accusations were baseless and that Lil Durk was being unjustly singled out because of his celebrity status, according to his legal team, which was headed by a well-known defense lawyer. The not guilty plea prepared the ground for what is expected to be a fierce court dispute. United States District Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald presided over the case in the run-up to the trial, which was scheduled for January 7, 2025. It is anticipated that Lil Durk's legal team would provide a strong defense contesting the prosecution's evidence and storyline. The trial will likely highlight the complex dynamics of loyalty, violence, and retribution that frequently play out in the world of rap music. For Lil Durk, the stakes are extremely high. His career, which has been marked by both triumphs and controversies, is at stake, and it can hit the main line with the last members of our species without a PC, a sneer, or a trigger. Possess the assistance from 900 Brew Duhu has consistently shown his support for Durk in a heartfelt message, calling for his release and highlighting the rapper's resolve to be with his family and kids again. Fans have responded favorably to this public display of support, rallying behind Durk's petition for freedom. The conclusion of his musical career, the trial, presents a serious danger to his reputation since the accusations have already damaged his public image, even if an acquittal may confirm his reputation as a strong man who surmounted great obstacles. The hip-hop community is keeping a close eye on this trial because its verdict might establish a precedent for future handling of artist-related legal matters. It also raises concerns about the obligation of artists to their followers and the larger community, impact of their actions on their careers and the music industry overall. As the trial date draws near, fans, critics, and legal experts are all eager to see how the case will play out and what it will mean for Lil Durk and the hip-hop community. The courtroom drama is expected to be a turning point for the entire music industry, not just for Lil Durk, as the rapper's current circumstances have become a focus of public interest after his arrest. The rapper was taken to a prison, and in a subsequent twist, Durk has maintained his innocence by entering a not guilty plea to the allegations of murder for hire conspiracy in Los Angeles, where he awaits his trial despite the seriousness of the charges against him. A phone conversation from a jail has come to light, offering a unique glimpse into Durk's life behind bars. In contrast to speculations that he is in protective custody, Durk is in high spirits and remains optimistic, according to the call given by his colleague at 900 BR. He claims that he is receiving fair treatment. From this revelation confronts other prisoners. I just got off the phone with my brother at Lear, and he's in good spirits, staying positive and fighting to get back home to his kids and family. 900 Brew captioned the Instagram post with the statement, "We are not glorifying negativity, and we are more than just street guys," which is actually an understatement. Men of honor and code, regardless of our financial status, bro. Following Durk's arrest and plea, the public's response fans have taken to social media in a mix of shock and support, expressing their disbelief at the charges and their support for the rapper. The hashtag #FreeSmirk has gained popularity, signifying the collective hope for Durk's release and vindication. As the legal storm surrounding Lil Durk grew more intense, the rapper made a calculated and bold decision that could potentially change the outcome of his case. Lil Durk hired Drew Fining, a successful attorney distinguished for his proficiency in protecting well-known customers' finances due to Ling's prior experience representing major players in the music business, including Cardi B, Lil Baby, and DaBaby. His role in the case quickly changed. The narrative brought hope and possibility to what appeared to be an uphill battle. The hiring of Drew Fining was not overlooked, particularly by 50 Cent, one of the most prominent figures in hip-hop, who was known for his bigger-than-life persona and business acumen. 50 Cent took to social media to declare his support for Lil Durk's choice in a post that went viral right away. He commended Fining's shrewd legal acumen and conveyed his belief that the attorney would get Durk a favorable result. Fans and industry insiders conjectured about the possible effects of such well-known support, and the implications of having Drew Fining on Durk's legal team are substantial given his vast experience and track record. This endorsement from 50 Cent added a new level of intrigue to the case. Knowledge that could refute the prosecution's case and possibly tip the scales in Durk's favor. His participation indicates a strong defense plan that could take advantage of any flaws in the prosecution's arguments, increasing the likelihood of a lighter sentence or even an acquittal. The success of Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele, who valiantly rescued his career from the bonds of a life sentence, is being replicated by Drew Fining. Durk on the Block was released by Young Thug. The arrest of Young Thug in May 2022 was after more than 2 years in prison he was involved in a large-scale indictment under Georgia's RICO Act at the start of a well-known case. In May 2022, Young Thug's release after a plea agreement that caused a stir among both fans and detractors. As part of a comprehensive indictment under Georgia's RICO Act, prosecutors accused Young Thug of co-founding a violent street gang called Young Slime Life, or YSL, affiliated with the Bloods gang. He was charged with a number of offenses, including gang involvement, drug offenses, and gun possession. The early phases of his trial were characterized by high media attention and judicial fighting since he was a gang leader planning illegal actions. Due to the intricacy of the case and the prominent status of the defendants, jury selection started in January 2023 and took over 10 months. The trial was beset by delays, including disagreements over the trial went on. Despite early disagreements over the terms, Young Thug ultimately chose a non-negotiated or blind plea, entering a no-contest plea to another gang charge and a racketeering conspiracy charge while pleading guilty to 1 gang charge, 3 drug charges, and 2 gun charges. This calculated move allowed him to avoid a potentially lengthy legal battle. Young Thug's legal team, particularly Brian Steele, negotiated with prosecutors to reach a plea deal that would end the lengthy legal battle to stay relevant at this turbulent time. His team will probably try to keep his music in the public eye, maybe by releasing previously recorded music or forming strategic partnerships. In addition, the arrest has spurred discussions about the relationship between hip-hop culture and crime, with critics claiming that artists like Lil Durk glorify a risky lifestyle while advocates argue that they are only mirroring their own experiences. Durk's future possibilities and partnerships may be impacted by how the public and industry see him as a result of this scandal. His future will surely be shaped by the conclusion of his legal procedures, but whether he comes out of this experience stronger or worse, his influence on the music business cannot be denied. The judicial proceedings surrounding Lil Durk's case will continue to captivate viewers worldwide, and his narrative is far from done. Will probably be drawn out and intricate, requiring a lot of court appearances and legal maneuvers. The responsibility of putting up a strong defense for Durk will fall to his legal team, which may include contesting the evidence used against him, making plea agreements, or requesting fewer charges. His future would be greatly impacted by the result of these procedures, both emotionally and professionally. On a personal level, a conviction would entail a protracted period of time spent apart from his loved ones. Being gone, Lil Durk is a father. Being away from his kids for a long time would surely be difficult, and the emotional toll of that may be severe, impacting not just him but also his family members who depend on him for support and presence. Outside of his close relatives, growing up in Chicago, Lil Durk was a significant presence in his neighborhood. Having seen personally the struggles that many young people in the city endure, he has utilized his position to give back by participating in a number of community projects that try to provide chances and assistance for those in need. These initiatives include planning fundraising activities to help nearby educational institutions and promoting social justice issues. His capacity to carry out these projects would be hampered by a conviction and subsequent jail. His departure might leave a gap in the community since he has served as an inspiration and role model for many. His absence could also slow down the advancement of the initiatives he has supported, which would impact the lives of individuals who have benefited from his work. Additionally, Lil Durk's whole legacy may be impacted by the arrest and its legal repercussions. He has received praise for his sincerity and dedication to sharing the experiences of those that society sometimes ignores throughout his career, but the accusations he faces may overshadow his accomplishments, causing others to doubt his motives and integrity. An artist's legacy is greatly influenced by the music business and public opinion. While some fans may stick with them, others may be persuaded by the case's unfavorable press. This may impact his future prospects for partnerships, sponsorships, and collaborations with other artists. If you like this video, please check out our other fantastic videos on the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.